You know, Jamaica pretends to be the most religious place on the earth, the last bastion of morality. It's not. It's a festering turd. There's so much wrong with us. And I am Jamaican and I love my country. And there's so many good people here, but there are also so many bad people.
Yeah.
And the good people are enabling the bad people because they don't want us to speak about any of the problems. They have this false pride, like you can't wash your dirty linen in public. First of all, the first time I got raped,
oh God,
I look like I'm coming from church. Yeah, I can talk about it now. Honestly, it took a while to be able to say that without flinching.
oh.
And this was somebody I trusted. It's not it wasn't strangers who hurt me. This is somebody I trusted. So I was just coming in the music business. And I was coming from the country, moved to Kingston. I was brought to my sister's house first as a babysitter for her daughter, my niece. And in the process of babysitting, she ended up sending me to a fashion design school in Halfway Tree in Kingston. And I would go to school in the morning. I dropped my niece at her school. And then I go to my school 3 days a week. And then I go back to my niece's school and wait until her school is over. And then I bring her home. And I started on the mornings that I didn't have school, because it was only three days per week school. I started searching around for a studio to go to. This is when I was just trying to break into the industry. And I found one at the top of Maxfield Avenue in Kingston, near Halfway Tree. New Name Music, Kester Brown Studio. Miss Dawn Henry was there at the time. And I started going there. Now, there was one artist there. Now, at the time, there were 3 big artists, really huge artists in Jamaica. Shabba Ranks was the king. Patra was the queen. She was next to Shabba. And then there was another guy next in line. And he became my mentor.
Uh-huh.
He became my mentor, and he used to call me his little sister, and I believed it. I really believed it. So at one point, when I turned 17, my big sister, who I was living with, said she didn't realize I was that young. She thought I was like turning 20 or something. So turning 17 meant I couldn't go to the studio anymore. I was devastated because that was the only thing in my life that was actually good.
Right.
And I went to the studio one last time and I told them, like, listen, I can't come anymore. My sister has forbidden me. This is it for me, guys. It was really nice. And my mentor said, no, man, you want me to come talk to her? And I'm like, you would? No, my sister, my auntie, every woman in my family loved him. So I was like, yo, surely if him come and talk for me, my good.
Yeah.
My most good. So he said, yeah, man, of course, we'll come and talk to your sister. I'm like, oh, cool. So that evening, he brought me home and he sat and he talked to my sister. And he took responsibility from me. As she said, she didn't think it was safe for a young girl my age to be out, which is it is a good concern, and I appreciate it.
Mm.
And he took responsibility, and she trusted him, and she gave me permission based on his taking responsibility. Shannon, her ass. When that man first of all, he never made an advance. He only spoke of me as his little sister. He never made an advance, never, not once. And I say that many times to reinforce the fact that there's no indication that there was any thought of that in his mind.
Yeah.
So he was moving house. At the time, I was fresh from the country. I don't know Kingston. I didn't know the geography of Kingston, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is me just talking about how easily we accommodate rape culture in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So he was moving house. And I'm fresh from the country. I've never been a dunce. I wouldn't say I'm exactly naive, but I was ignorant of some ways of people. And like he'd done many times before, he offered me a ride home. So on the ride home, then he said he had to drop by his new place. Everybody knew he was moving. And he said he wanted to stop by his new place real quick and drop off something. Now, if I had known the geography of Kingston, I would have known something was wrong. Because my home was on the way to his new place. This is what I realized afterwards when I got to know Kingston well. So he said he wanted to drop it. And I was like, sure, why not? Why would I say no to you stopping along the way to drop off something at your place when this is your car and you're right. So he was going to stop by his place, right? To drop off something at his new place that he's setting up. And he drives to the place and he stopped outside of it. It's kind of like I've not been able to go back there to look. Because psychologically I just couldn't handle it. But it's kind of like it looked like a cross between a townhouse and an apartment building. And he stopped outside of it on the curb. And I was sitting in the car and he jumped out and he started to run toward the building. And then he stopped and he looked like he was thinking, and then he came back and he said, "So you don't want to check out the place?" And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Yeah man, come check out the place and you can give me some pointers and tell me what you think and what we can do with the place and stuff like." Come in man. And I was like, "Oh cool." This made me feel valid because I really was his little sister. I was a part of his process and he wanted my opinion on his place, and I was like, cool. I can't lie. I was impressed. I was affected because it felt like, this person actually saw me as an equal, as a part of his circle.
Yeah.
And I went. On the outside, at the landing in front of his door, there were some people. See, there's a balcony, a little railing. So some steps going all the way up the building, and on the landing in front of his door, there were some people. I can't tell how many people, maybe about four people. There was a woman there too. And I said, "Good afternoon," and we went in the door. When we went inside of the door, he locked the door. And that made me kind of pause a little bit, and I was like, well, but then I thought to myself, oh, Kingston, you know them still pure criminal.
Right.
Pure criminal. So he locked the door, and then he started to show me around. Girl, when we reach the bedroom, it's a full-on assault. Full assault. When I see this man speaking up, and when I see Jamaica big him up sometimes and they act like he's such an upstanding citizen, oh, he's a Christian man, he's a nice guy, I go bonkers. Because you see, no matter what nobody tells me, I know my experience. I was there, he was there, he knows my experience. We know what happened. Child, I defend myself. I was about 95 pounds. It's a big diesel man. Thick, so muscle, nobody fat. And when he start beat me decide, all right, you don't have to beat me. Me give up. Me ball for help, you know. I scream for help, me ball for rape. People there outside the door. You see when me scream and ball for rape and me no hear nobody answer. Me just stop. Because what me I do, wait until he kill me. Me I get real licks. So me stop fight. And that continued for hours. For hours, I was locked inside of his new place that he was moving into and just violated for hours. And when him